Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Anuradha Kunte, Yeralawani Community Radio, Sangli, Maharashtra.
श्रोताओं नमस्कार। आजकल हम हमारे खाने में बहुत सारे पदार्थों का सेवन करते हैं। कोई शाकाहारी होता है तो कोई मांसाहारी होता है। वैसे ही सी फूड को प्राधान्य देने वाले भी बहुत सारे हैं। तो हम जो भी खाद्य खाते हैं, भले वो समुद्र से आता हो, भले खेतों से आता हो, वो सेहतमंद होना चाहिए। ये आजकल सबको पता है और हम इसके बारे में जागरूक भी है। हमारे मछुआरे जो आपके पास ये सब समुद्री संसाधन या समुद्री उत्पादन लेकर आते हैं, वो भी इसके बारे में जानकार होंगे ही कि जो भी मछली या समुद्र से उत्पादन ये मछुआरे आपके पास बेचने के लिए लाते हैं, वो सेहत से भरपूर हो, उनमें किसी भी प्रकार का विषाणु या कोई भी प्रादुर्भाव ना हो, तो ही उन्हें अच्छा भाव भी मिलेगा। तो इस प्रकार से हम हमारे खाद्य में समुद्र से आने वाले हर उस जीव को जब हम प्राशन करते हैं तो उसका अच्छी तरीके से सेहतमंद लाभ होना चाहिए, ये जानना जरूरी है। ये जो भी सी फूड हमारे पास आता है वो सेहतमंद है कि नहीं, ये कैसे जाने? ये तो सबसे बड़ा सवाल है। आज हम इस प्रोग्राम में इसी सवाल पर बात करेंगे। हमारे साथ है ज्योतिका राजवाड़े मैडम। श्रोताओं, डॉक्टर ज्योतिका राजवाड़े ये माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट है। इनका काम नैनोबायोलॉजी विषय में है और ये 2007 से अगरकर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ रिसर्च पुणे यहाँ कार्यरत है। अब हमें जानना ये है कि हमारे इस सी फूड में कोई भी खराबी या प्रादुर्भाव नहीं है, ये हम कैसे जान ले और इसके बारे में डॉक्टर ज्योतिका राजवाड़े जी का अनुसंधान क्या है, ये उन्हीं से जान लेते हैं।
हमारा रिसर्च के एक पहलू है कुछ शीघ्र तरह से वायरल विषाणु के डिसीज जो होते हैं, तो उनकी शीघ्रता से जांच करना। तो हमने इस तरह का नैदानिक एक्वाकल्चर के लिए डेवलप किया है। तो जो एक्वाकल्चर है इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा जानकारी लेंगे, फिर बोलेंगे कि कैसे हमारा काम चल रहा है। तो एक्वाकल्चर इज द रेयरिंग ऑफ फिशेस, मोलस्क, श्रिम्प, प्रॉन, crabs, and we know that India has a very vast coastline and therefore there is a lot of potential for aquaculture. इसके अलावा हमारे यहाँ पे नदियाँ हैं, like ponds are there, lakes are there, and therefore inland aquaculture activities also can be done. So there are numerous families which are dependent on the aquaculture and it's a big socio-economic activity. Now we have the schemes like Pradhan Mantri Matsya Utpadan Yojana, PM. They also support in a very big way this particular social activity. And the export value of the aquaculture produce is very high because it is very rich source of protein. And apart from protein, many substances like bioactive substances, fish oils and other materials are in great demand. So this is a definitely good revenue earning activity. Now India is promoting aquaculture because export value is also very high. But this aquaculture has lot of challenges. And just as humans are suffering from the bacterial infections, viral infections, these aquacultured animals also suffer from infections. So if the infection is like diagnosed at an early level, then the farmer can get his produce. So the profit margin will be good. So this is how we came to the problem that we have to do something for early diagnostic. Then in the background, when we searched, like what are the methods for diagnosing these diseases? So we have a lot of molecular methods which are available. But what happens is the farmer is away on the field and then he has to run with the sample to the lab. The lab will also take long time for analysis. So what happens is these virus infections are very fast spreading. So in 3 to 10 days, whole farm will be destroyed. And that is a huge economic loss. So to avoid this loss, if we can something which is field usable, just like we have the pregnancy detection kit at home, we tried to work on the same lines to manufacture this or develop this kind of assay for the farmer. So we tried to work on those lines.
नमस्ते, आप सुन रहे हैं स्टेम पॉडकास्ट। डॉक्टर ज्योतिका राजवाड़े जी, इन्होंने समुंदर की किन जीवों पे अभ्यास किया है और ये उनमें से कौन से प्रादुर्भाव की तरफ हमें ले जाती हैं, इस विषय पर अधिक जानकारी सुनते हैं।
As part of one particular project, we have worked on 3 viral pathogens. And they are particularly affecting the shrimp and the prawns, because shrimp and prawn, that is jhinga, they are high valued for their protein content. Even the shells are valued because the chitosan that is useful in the pharmaceutical industries or as fertilizers. So practically nothing is wasted, and the fish farming and this shrimp farming is being practiced on a very large scale. So we focused on WSSV, that is the white spot syndrome virus. That is the number 1 pathogen. Followed by that is the Macrobacterium rosenbergi nodavirus. Then we also worked on hepatopancreatic nodavirus. So those kind of studies we have undertaken. And we developed something which is little bit more of the classical technique and integrated nanotechnology. For example, we have this field usable device. So in that case, what is happening is serological techniques or the classical techniques are allowed by the World Organization of Animal Health, because all over the world, because this is an export activity, these are the regulatory agencies which are saying that we have to follow these particular guidelines and the animals have to be disease free. But they are outlining certain procedures. So we have developed a hybrid kind of method. So it is a serological method but based on a paper device. And in that we have tried to make it little cost effective. How? Wherever the antibodies are there for detection of the virus, we have tried to cut down the use of antibody. We have developed new peptides, and these peptides are also patented. So this is a kind of something new which we have done, and peptides can be manufactured on a large scale. So there is no need to immunize lab animals. Otherwise, they have to have a setup for animals to manufacture the antibodies. So instead of that, we go for the peptides, and it will reduce the costs of the production also. So for our research work, we had a collaboration with the laboratory, which is a OIE recognized laboratory in Melbashiram. So they have a connect with directly the farmers. So whatever the samples we used to get for analysis or validation of our kit were coming directly from the farmers. So that was one part of it. And now actually we are proposing that many industries, this aquaculture has many subsidiary industries. They require the feed, they require immunostimulants for the animal health. So all these industries also can take up this kind of activity to produce the kits for early diagnostics. So it will help in surveillance issues, then epidemiological work can be done. And even the export agencies can be relied on this particular technique. And the farmer is having no problem because only the gills have to be cut and a small gill tissue can be used for the assay.
आप सुन रहे हैं स्टेम पॉडकास्ट। डॉक्टर ज्योतिका जी के अनुसंधान के बारे में हम सब ने जानकारी ली है। ये जितना हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण है, उतना ही मत्स्य खेती करने वाले हमारे मछुआरों के लिए भी अत्यंत उपयुक्त है। ये जानकारी मछुआरों को मिल जाए, इसलिए चल रहे प्रयासों के बारे में डॉक्टर ज्योतिका जी से सुनते हैं।
So awareness should come from the fisherman side also. There should be some agency who will tell that yes, it is as good as the PCR or it's almost near to the PCR and you don't have to run about. So some kind of diagnosis at the field is possible. So popularization, something like to be done. We are actually talking to one or two companies also, and like I said, they are into feed manufacturers, these kind of companies. So they have agreed to take it up as further, or even we can go for startup companies also. We are in touch with the industries who require. Actually, there is a kit from Shrimple that is called Shrimple, and that is from Enbiotech. So that is popular in the UK, and people are trying to develop kits for in Thailand and Indonesia also, but those kits are not available to the Indian farmers as such. So if we develop something which is indigenous, then the farmers will also come to know in their local language how to use it, and it will become more popular. So we want to make something which is possible for our use. We are quite on the forefront. So India is the fast display kit which we developed, or the method. We were the first ones to publish that work and develop. So that was a good. Till that I had not seen any single report on the replacement of antibodies in this particular kit. So that was the novelty. We are targeting our Indian market only. For this WSSV success story, we started in 2016. So in 2016, our first paper came. There we published using the classical antibody-based approach. So that was in PLOS One journal. Then after that, we published in Applied Microbiology Biotechnology, where this particular peptide work that was published. Then in the same year, we filed for the patent examination, and all those things took a little while. And our patent was also granted finally in 2022. And then when the DST, we published this story in the DST, and then from DST now, because of the wide knowledge, now people are approaching us that yes, we are interested. Some farmers are there from Telangana. They are also coming to us that we want to develop.
आप सुन रहे हैं स्टेम पॉडकास्ट। डॉक्टर ज्योतिका जी के अनुसंधान का पब्लिकेशन और उनके पेटेंट के बारे में हमने समझ लिया है। डॉक्टर ज्योतिका जी का अनुसंधान समुद्री जीवों में होने वाले विषाणुओं के प्रादुर्भाव को कैसे जान ले, इस विषय की प्रणाली उन्होंने अनुसंधानित की हुई है। ये योगदान साइंस के लिए भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। ये बता रही हैं डॉक्टर ज्योतिका राजवाड़े जी।
Actually, this is kind of a platform technology. So what is applicable for one virus can definitely be applicable to more viruses also. So more research on that particular area can be done. And finally, now with all this artificial intelligence, machine learning, advancements in communications, then we can have even multiplex systems. So simultaneously, 4 or 5 infections. Actually, 4 or 5 infections are not there simultaneously, but we should be able to catch whatever it's there. So if we go for the multiplex assay, that will be of much use. And then communication. So the farmer can easily communicate. If everything is integrated to its mobile phone or any kind of a sensing device, then with communication, he can even make his friends alert about the problem. And then how to tackle the problem is another thing.
धन्यवाद ज्योतिका जी। हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए सभी श्रोताओं की तरफ से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियां। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियां। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज आपकी आवाज, विज्ञान की आवाज, की आवाज।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Anuradha Kunte, Yeralawani Community Radio, Sangli, Maharashtra.